and hazy dreams, where time slows down and love line gently gleams. Floating melodies, soothing beats arise, taking us away where imagination flies. Close your eyes, enter the dreamland serene, where the subconscious tells a story yet unseen. Loved by the rhythm of trance slowly unfolds in this realm of tranquility where peace beholds.
Hello everybody, I hope this video finds you well. Today I want to talk a little bit about how you integrate the fate forecasting with your affirmation campaigns. Now, fate forecasting is sort of like a Chinese astrology, but essentially what it actually is something quite substantive. Okay? And it associates gravitational influences on the composition of your soul, or actually I believe composition of your consciousness. And that will change your perception of your environment from it either going well or being difficult. You all know that if you feel like you are going to get a job, or you feel you're going to pass a test, or you feel that things are going good, that they actually go that way. It's all based on perception. Well, fate forecasting says that perception, you can plan that in advance, that perception. And those fates, that fate forecasting that you have is actually the highs and lows that you will see on a topographical terrain map of your pre-birth world line template. As you recall, for those of you who may not be aware of this, I have this wire mesh topographical representation of your pre-birth world line template, the life that you will experience. The highs and lows can actually be plotted on a graph. This is China, guys. It's noisy here. Construction everywhere. Sorry about that. So, by having your BaZi, B-A-Z-I, having your BaZi, your 8 pillars, read by a professional feng shui master, you will be able to see very clearly where these high and low mountains are on your template. They're divided up into 4 categories: highly auspicious and mildly auspicious, and the adverse, highly unauspicious and mildly unauspicious. And the wording for auspicious is particularly poignant because it's not necessarily bad luck as so much as it is a tendency for you to fall into traps. Let me give you an example. Imagine that you are on a nice floor and you want to walk in a room, and you want to walk across that room. Okay? If it is highly auspicious, the room will be tilted a little bit and you will be walking downhill to the other end without any problem. If it is mildly auspicious, it'll be a slight incline. But if it is unauspicious, you'll be walking uphill to get to the other side. Now, that's just an illustration, but you get the general gist of it, right? You want to avoid doing things when you're going to have to exert yourself more. So if it's a very unauspicious time, that floor is tilted, and you're going to be going uphill. The whole day is going to be an uphill battle. Now, the feng shui actually talks about There are certain things you can do and certain things you can't do. And they broke it down in an empirical way, as an empirical science, because over the last 10,000 years, they've noticed that when these certain gravitational alignments occurred, that you shouldn't do this or whatever. And it's like all things Chinese, people, like all things Chinese, you got to listen to it. It's right. There's certain foods you don't mix together, or your stomach is not going to handle it. You know, that's gastrobiology. Okay, you know. It's you don't add milk to lemon, do you? Right? Because you'll have a curdling. So it's sort of like that. So there's certain things you need to be careful for. I advise that whenever you do your fate forecasting, and the ones that I recommend is at least a 10-year forecast in the future, you pay attention to it. You follow the advice. If it's an auspicious, a greatly auspicious or neutral time, smooth sailing, guys. But when it's unauspicious, inauspicious, especially whatever, then you be very careful on how you do things. You be very, very particular and very, very careful. Some things, as I've said before, the pre-birth world line template is a fated event. But you can control the aspects of that fate by handling it adroitly. I can tell you that there were times in my life where I knew that there was going to be an event occur. I could actually picture this event occurring in my mind's eye, almost like I saw the future happen. So I thought, in this particular instance, it was in my office. And at that time, I thought, you know what? I was setting up my office, and as I started setting up the desk a certain way, I had this image of a bad event occurring while I'm sitting at the desk. And I knew that was going to happen. I was like, holy crap. So I thought I could change it. So instead of arranging the desk that I thought I had, I arranged it in a totally different way. Did it change that event? No, it didn't. That event still happened. But it didn't happen in the orientation of the desk. It happened in the other way. The bottom line was, I tried to change outcome, knowing full well what was going to happen, and it didn't work. Some fated events are fated for a reason. But you can control, if you have enough lead up to it, you can control it. And that's what a fate forecast is. Use it to your advantage. For instance, if your fate forecast says, don't go on vacations during this week, and you decide that you're going to go mountain skiing, no matter what it says, I'd say it'd be a bad idea. So be careful. And that is my little blurb for today. I hope you get something out of this. Please like and subscribe. It means a lot to me. And remember, people, in every day, in every way, be kind to dogs and cats. Spend a little bit extra time doing something a little bit extra fine. And remember, I believe in you. Bye-bye.
In the haze of a quiet Sunday morning, lost in thought, imagination soaring, dreamlike melodies fill the air, creating a world where I'm happy in there. Close my eyes and let the beat take hold. Lost in a dream, I am never growing old. The rhythm flows through my veins, setting me free. In this slow, soft and gentle reality.